But at 12 o'clock, I got so overwhelmed, or whatever the case may be. Like, at 12 o'clock, I got so fucking overwhelmed. And honestly, I just came here to vent. That's the fact of the matter. And it's not that I think that anybody could change my problems. I know that only God can help me, like with the stuff that I'm going through, because it is totally unjust from the beginning to the end. It is totally just unjust, inhumane, and just stuff that shouldn't be happening to the people inside this earth. Not even inside this earth in America. Like, I don't come from Ricky Dink people. Let me sit down so I can really have this conversation with y'all. Let me get my charger because we're gonna be here for a while. I don't come from rinky dink people. I don't come from like a rinky dink family. I'm not saying I have the best family. I'm not saying, oh, I'm a princess that fell from heaven and I'm out saying I don't do no wrong. That is not what I'm saying. But what has happened, like honestly, I know I need a lawyer. That's evident, and I honestly do have a lawyer, whatever the case may be. It's just that the mental aspect behind what it is that I'm about to explain, the whole mental aspect behind it is draining because I know that what I'm doing and what will happen behind, like it's not even like I don't want to. Lord, I hope God my words so that I say the right thing and not the wrong thing, so that I don't be taken out of context because it's really not something that should or can be taken out of context. It's whatever it is that you would like to do with it, whatever the case may be. But I'm looking for my headphone case so I can put my headphones inside my case and I won't lose them. All right, boom. Woo! I think they disconnected, but I'm gonna just put them inside the case so I don't lose them. Hey y'all, so a lot of y'all don't know this. Hey Big D, I love you. 3 point.
Wait, I gotta get my charger now too. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going through something that is really major, and it's supposed to have set like some type of. It was supposed to do something. Like it was supposed to ring a bell. So in 2021, I lived in NYCHA. I currently reside in NYCHA right now. That's, if you don't know what NYCHA is, that's New York City public housing. You understand what I'm saying? And the fact of the matter is that in 2021, I filmed cameras inside my bathroom. Like I was taking a shower, burning sage, whatever the case may be, and I'm a very spiritual person. The sage caught hold to my towel, and my towel burnt down the wall. And when the wall burnt down, cameras fell out my bathroom wall. And this is New York City public housing, so like, like you gotta understand how afraid I was to say anything. So I end up going live and stuff to tell people, like, bro, cameras just fell out my bathroom wall. I'm so afraid, like. And this time I only got my son. I got my son coming to the mom in a project like ain't nobody here to like help me or whatever. I start reaching out to different news outlets like nobody would take my story so it made me think like these places are under surveillance. But but the crazy thing is look, it be 30 floors in a project and no cameras in sight, no cameras in the hallways, no cameras besides if you have a camera inside your door or your door. So my thing was, I was trying to figure out, like, how is it cameras inside my bathroom? It's like nobody don't give a fuck. Then when I would reach out, because I had a platform on TikTok and it was big, whatever the case may be, I became under scrutiny. I was moved under the table from Polo. Now, mind you, I'm not from New York City. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. All my family is dead. So at this point, all I have is me and my son. Like, oh my God, yo, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I've been trying to express this for so long. I've been trying to get this out for 2 years now, to the point where they misplaced me. Like, they put me out my apartment. They didn't put me out, like, kick me out. It was a guy who ended up moving next door. So I was moved from Polo Ground. After I set the cameras in my bathroom now, before I set the cameras in my bathroom, I was being harassed. Um, Child Protection Services was coming out. You gotta listen to my Child Protection Services is coming out, and if you don't know, like, New York is in bondage. Like, so the court systems in New York is all linked together. Like, so this is what okay, this is how it goes. So when you go into a shelter in New York City, you are going into a place um that, like, if you go into a shelter with a child, it is under Child Protective Services. So the only way you are able to live in New York City is through Child Protective Services. So Child Protective Services is who takes the child. Child Protective Services is like, God help me to explain to these people so they can understand what it is that I'm trying to say. Child Protective Services is the one, like, first of all, they prey on vulnerable people. It's all one system. Like, all the money goes hand in hand. All the money goes in one circle. And I explained this, like, it's like Child Protective Services, Department of Criminal Court, and then there's the shelter system, but it's all one system. Like, so when they pay out, so like when they pay, so when the shelter system pays for a person to stay in the shelter system, which is over $10,000 a month per person. So for me and my son to stay in the shelter system for 1 month is at least 30K per person. So it's 60K, and I wish I was making this up, but I'm not making this up. It's 60K for me and my son to stay in the shelter system for months. But the thing is, the money don't go out of that system. So Child Protective Services is a part of the shelter system. So it's just all one thing. It's all just circulating. So before, like, I was thinking on, like, God, and sitting on my mom told me to sit on the word of the Lord. So I was praying, like, through all of those times they tried to take my son, they tried to take everything that I had. I didn't have anything. And that's when I realized that it was a physical thing, it was a spiritual thing, and then I was up against, like, big demons and stuff like that. So anyway, long story short, while I'm in the shelter system, they try to take my son, but God won't allow it to happen. So I ended up going to Polo Ground Towers. I don't have no support. I don't have no family. Everybody is going. And I have a nice shape, and I got fat because of this. Like, the reason why I gained weight, because I realized I'm gonna be out here in the world. Like, I don't want to get raped. I don't want nothing to happen to me because I'm built like Serena Williams. And if I'm inside public housing in Nigeria and they got cameras inside my bathroom, you understand what I'm saying? I can only imagine what's gonna happen to me out here in the world. And I've been in the world for a whole year without my son because they want to take my joy. They want to take everything that I had. And like, it got to the point where God had to defend me where I'm praying, and lightning happened and thunder happened and stuff like that. So anyway, I was placed next to somebody who is Israeli military. Like, they, like, it's called Israeli for America, and they in agreement. Although we have the best everything, the greatest everything in America, they like in agreement with the state of Israel. So I guess he was put there to watch me for whatever reason, because he was watching me. He was knocking on my door, harassing me, like, bothering me. Mind you, I'm an American citizen. My mom been paying taxes. I've been working since I was 16 years old. I've been paying taxes since I was 16 years old. Even before that, anytime I went to the store and bought anything, I paid taxes on it. Nothing is untaxed inside of America. So this person is not from America. He harassing me. Literally, we in the hallway fighting me. He in the hallway fighting me, trying to choke me out in front of my son. He's 6 foot tall. I'm 5'2". You know what I'm saying? At this point, the point where I'm fighting him in 2022, I'm skinny. Like, I'm not even built to be fighting no grown ass man. A grown ass man should be putting his hands on me in the first place. He shouldn't be harassing me. Come and find out he a warlock. So me and him start having a spiritual battle. We going back and forth. I'm winning. Like, I'm winning. That's when they realized that they couldn't beat God because I got the spirit of God inside me. You understand? So I'm winning. I'm going against him. I'm winning. New York State police coming to my house and everything. That's why Charlotte made the song. Get the fuck out of New York talking about me, bro. You know how easy it is to sign a deal? She was talking about me because they wanted to scare me about not coming back. And right now there's a fucking helicopter flying over the top of my fucking head, and I cannot tell you why. I said if I'm nothing, if I'm nothing, if I'm nothing, then why the fuck am I always being gang stuck? Why is there always the problem and the issue with me? Why the fuck am somebody who looks like me is on NBC News biting the crab flower in Queens, New York? Why y'all continuously trying to frame me? I'm not motherfucking Jesus. I'm not perfect or without flaw. I'm not. I'm not none of that. I'm not. But they don't want me to be great, so they try to put me on papers. Give me a felony. I ain't never been no felon in my motherfucking life. I always, now mind you, I've been at disciplinary school. I go against the grain, but I've always been a leader. So you have to go against the grain when it's like everything what is considered right to you might not be considered right to me. So anyway, that's word from the cameras in my bathroom. I made such a big deal about it. They was afraid that I'm gonna go viral because I kept coming online telling people about it. I'm making videos praying. You can tell that the story is true. What I'm trying to say is 100% true. You can tell that everything I'm saying is fact. You can tell. Like, so they tried to, they ended up sending me to, and like instead of sending me here in the first place because this place that I went to, Lehman Village, on 108th and Madison, ended up being way better than Polo Ground Towers for somebody with a child. But mind you, before I even got accepted into New York City public housing, that I did not apply. I never, I never applied for the project. Is what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. I never applied for the project. I went straight to New York. I got a job with an African guy named Sean Paul. He paid me $500 a week plus commission. And then Sam, a guy named Sam. Oh my god, oh my god. And Sam is a snake, so Sam knows everybody. Sam helped me to get an apartment. It was just like that. I swear I'm not lying. I went to New York City. I got a job. Sam helped me. Sam got me in contact with a lady who ended up finding me an apartment. And the project could take the voucher. I wasn't raised in the project, so I never wanted to go to the project because I knew that I was going to be a hot commodity, and I knew that I was going to be a problem because I'm so much different. Like I'm so much different. I'm not cut from that cloth. I'm not better, but it was an experience. So I never wanted to live in the project, so I felt my own place. Is what I did. Bro, listen. Because I'm not lazy. I'm not lazy. I work very hard. I've always worked very hard. I worked hard to get my high school diploma. I worked hard to go to college. I worked hard for everything that I ever had in my life. I worked so hard, harder than the average person had to work. I worked so hard above and beyond. I exceeded my own expectations and everything. And I'm proud of myself. Those are helicopters. I'm proud of myself. I never applied for the project. I'm trying to say. I went and I found an apartment by the beach, a place for a girl like me. Okay, a place for a girl like me. It was right beside the beach. A townhome, and this lady was a pastor. She was willing to accept my voucher and everything like that. So my blessing, when I failed to play, the director of the shelter that I was in decided that he was going to take other people out to look at the place. Okay, because they would accept the vouchers. But the place was so nice. Like in New York, it's very hard to find a nice, affordable place, especially a place like that I felt as willing to accept the vouchers because it was suburban. People don't usually accept those vouchers in those areas, let alone beachside. Like, bro, at the time I had more than enough money to pay the rent. So somebody in the shelter decided that they, although I felt the place was willing to accept the shelter, later I felt like they paid their housing people not to accept me. Like they gave them money in spite of the fact that I did not move in. I found that out from the lady. And I don't know what made her come up and tell me that, but she just told me because she felt guilty. But then on top of that, I had to have a meeting with all of these people from the board of like Department of Homeless. I had to have a meeting with them, and then they said that I couldn't afford the place despite the fact that I gave them like proof of income. And um after that, I ended up getting moved to another shelter that was like inhumane. It was actually a shelter that is a place. It was a mental asylum in Queens, and this mental asylum is famous because a movie was shot there. Like a famous horror movie was shot there, and everybody knows it. And the place is really haunted. Like I used to be stuck in my room, floating around. And during that time, I thought I was gonna lose my mom because I was dealing with my son. My skin started getting bad. Like paranormal stuff was happening. I died, bro. Like, I just died. Like it was impossible for me to live through that. So then, like after that, like I carried on like the spirit, like help me, like the spirit of God help me like to get up and like resurrect and be and like be where I am today. So I don't understand the oppression. I don't understand the oppression. Why were there cameras in my bathroom in New York City public housing? Why were there cameras inside my bathroom? If I'm nobody, why were y'all watching me get dressed? And then yes, why were y'all watching me and my son? Why? 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 Why did y'all taunt and harass me? But that's not even the worst part of the story, you guys. So mind you, I became right before I don't know how long the cat was in my bathroom, but I became a big topic in the neighborhood. And the neighborhood is a project, so you gotta know how. Although it's a big project, you gotta understand how word get around so fast. So I'm famous online on TikTok, and everybody started get. That was right after I got smacked in my face for not talking to like these guys was trying to talk to me. I was new to the neighborhood, so they were trying to talk to me that I was a whore because a lot of times whores.
They thought that I was bored. So they tried to talk to me and stuff, and I wouldn't talk to them. Like, so I ended up getting smacked in my face, and that's another thing Scarlett was talking about. That nigga smacked you when you ain't do shit. Like, you're like literally harassing me, literally bothering me. But the thing about it is, I'm not a pussy. I don't like. I'm not scary. I didn't just get slapped and that was it. I slapped niggas back, but that's not the part that was placed online because they weren't. It's not about being a chosen vessel. They weren't the
They were the hot girl, so to speak. It wasn't. I was the prize.
situation. So it was like let's defame the prize of the situation. They're from there, and mind you, I met some thorough people in Polo Ground Towers. I met
Those people in Polo Ground Towers. Shout out to Deanna. Shout out to Freddie G. Shout out to my family from Polo Ground Towers. So it's not to be saying Polo Ground Towers and people from there. But you gotta understand that there's a spirit of ignorance in places like that. Let alone a spirit of oppression in places like that. And that's just what it's supposed to be. And I fought so hard for myself. I worked so hard for my son. Everything God was helping me. God was helping me out. He was in private school how and I don't have money and I can't afford that. He ended up being in private school. I ended up getting a job. I ended up finding my own place. I ended up doing everything. I was thanks to God. Everything was so good. Everything was so perfect. And they ruined my life. By trying to make me out to be a subject of a man that I have no I have nothing to do with. You can't make me a hood bitch. You can't make me somebody that's gonna like sit and have babies with random niggas. You can't make me those projects. If they never put me in those projects, I would never realize that these people were oppressed. So I understand that everything is done by the hand and the order of God. Please know that. I understand that everything is done by the hand and the order of God. And I know, like, that nothing is unseen. But bro, cameras in my bathroom, public housing, and the fact that I reached out to the news, and after I reached out to the news for them to try to publicize what was going on in my house, they publicized the situation to where though I felt like the girl who was on the news looked like me. Like, why was y'all, after the situation happened, why was y'all place a girl on the news who looked like me biting the cab driver? But they said they couldn't find this girl. I called the cops to my house. And I said, this girl right here is supposed to be me. So the cops was whispering to the ear. They called the sergeant. And they said, no, that's not true. We can't accept it. He said, so we know it's not true, Ari. You can go in your house and go to sleep. Like, we're not going to lock you up for that. So they didn't lock me up for that. Because the cops in my neighborhood know my name. They know who I am and know I'm a good person. When a judge told me I to go home because this person who is not a U.S. citizen was harassing me and stuff, no, okay, back to that. The cops took me to a shelter. They drove me to a shelter by themselves. NYPD, that's why I don't have a problem with NYPD. And when there was a warrant out for my arrest, I'm not even going to say it because I don't want to get no charges and stuff in trouble. They didn't have no problem with me. And I prayed for the police and I prayed for the police in NYC. They never had a problem with me. They knew that I was good. They knew that if you fuck with me, I was going to fuck you up. They already knew that. They already knew I was going to. They know I wreck shit, period. So they know I don't give a fuck if I go to jail or not. If you want some smoke, you can smoke because y'all trying to do fuck some shit to people. Y'all playing on people who don't have any more sense. And it's the people that I fought with, the people that I fought with demons and people just, it was some demons, like, and then it was these people who didn't even really live in the project. They was just there because it's like a lot of fucked up shit happened in the project that I was not trying to bring light to. But it's not the wasn't project stuff like from back in the day. It's stuff like witchcraft, and they've been doing this for years. Like, why before somebody, mind you, I'm, I'm not like I'm a spirit. So you gotta, they don't understand it. They only understand the concept of being resurrected through the knowledge they felt in Solomon's temple when they stole out of Solomon's temple. They don't understand the concept of being resurrected through Jesus Christ. They don't understand that people are only alive because Jesus died. So they don't understand how I get to go about knowing stuff. So if everything is so innocent and everything is about equality and fairness, how come when people how come y'all gotta do witchcraft on people's homes? Like, why y'all hiring real warlocks and real witches against people who don't know that y'all hiring warlocks and witches? And then why y'all casting spells on people who just trying to live an everyday life? Not only that, why y'all stealing from them? Why y'all taking from people like that and not giving back to people like that? And every day I gotta get up and push past all this knowledge that I have, and I gotta push past it and like. That's why my story wasn't being publicized or news because I understood the deeper aspect of it. And I reached out to Barry Adams because I was trying to just, you know, so if you don't have credentials, I guess if you don't have a college degree, if you don't have this and that, at the end of the day, most didn't have credentials. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody didn't have credentials to build the art. Jesus didn't have credentials to die on the cross. And I didn't have credentials to tell these people what I was trying to. But I was just trying to tell them what God was saying. Like, I reached out to Eric Adams, I reached out to everybody, and they came to me. My son got a picture with Eric Adams. Like, they reached out to me too. But at the end of the day, they were trying to intimidate me gonna lock me up? You want me up? Lock me up. They could never keep me in jail because I wasn't doing anything. They knew I wasn't doing nothing. So they made this case. I was calling, the government, calling the Federal Bureau of Investigation, trying to get them to be on my side because I was innocent or whatever the case may be. So I was telling them about my neighbor, Gabriel Batai. He's a hacker. He is an ethical hacker. What's supposed to be ethical hacker. And he is really good at what he's doing, whatever, because I hadn't paid my phone bill since I moved to that apartment I hadn't paid my phone bill since I moved from Polo Towers to the village, and my phone was only on because baby, well, it was even Gabriel besides my baby dad, because they both had things. But I think that it was the reason, Gabriel besides was the reason that I didn't have to pay my phone bill because he was hacked to my system so bad, like he was hacked onto my phone so bad. And my this is too nice to have living in public housing, but he had money, like lots of money. He would get packages like it was times where I couldn't even afford food. He was getting packages from Amazon every single day, delivery from the Chinese store every single day. So you don't live in poverty. So you got your wife, y'all 6 kids inside of an apartment. This is spy on me. But I don't understand why they couldn't get American citizens to spy on me. There's people out here who can go with me. There's people my age who can go with me. There's people my age that's American that can do the same thing and better. And actually, like, it's just like he would have got away with killing me, but I had to use my mind. Like he would have got away with killing me. But like when I realized that I was about to like black out or whatever, I started kissing his forehead. And one night when I was laying in bed, God had let me feel his heart, and I realized that he was doing that stuff to me because he was broken. So anyway, we ended up going to court because we both got locked up, and he would continue to get locked up. And then they would after a while, only I was getting locked up, and I was trying to figure out like this is not even American citizen. Why am I getting locked up over him? And then come to find out, my baby dad is a husband. He told me like he got a record. Like he did stuff. My baby dad wouldn't tell me because he's evil and gave me up because he's evil. But he would tell me what I need to know.
He was like, he got a record, and what he did was real bad. So I don't know why he chose this person. Like he been in jail before. At this time, before I started fighting him, I never been in jail. Not really been in jail. Like I've been locked up, but I haven't never really been in jail until I started fighting Gabriel Batash. Like when I would go to jail every single day, like every day, every single day. So anyway, we end up in criminal court, and after me keep calling the feds, they ended up getting annoyed with me because they like, oh bro, like he works for us, or I mean they didn't come out and say that. I'm not saying they came out and said that, but it just seemed like, okay, if y'all not coming to get this man, if y'all don't see a problem with him being here, if y'all don't see a problem or an issue, and then he got online that he military, he not American military, because my dad is American military, and I just know American, ain't no way he American military. So I'm just like, so he not American. Y'all don't mind him being here. I seem to be the issue. After I called the feds the last time, I ended up having a warrant out for my arrest, and I was charged. I was under indictment. Mind you, I don't know nobody's name. I don't know the judge's name. I don't know nobody's name. I was out during the time that I was going to court. I was the last person left in the courtroom. Nobody was in the courtroom with me. Um, they would call me last, and they would just threaten my freedom. And I was being faced with 15 years, 15 years in jail, bro. They wanted to give me 15 years in jail. That's when child protective services. Um, he called child protective services because he was just jealous of me. He was jealous of how I held my shit down. How I'm doing, like I look like I got more money than him and his wife. I look like I'm looking better. It's like it looked like they were cursed. Like compared to me, we was blessed. We just healthy. We strong. We beautiful. I got this beautiful black man that's coming to see me and my son. Like we not lacking nothing. So he called, and I think he said that I was neglecting my child. Without any research or evidence, they just believed them. He showed them videos that we had in court, like the court system went along with the CPS system, and they tried to take my son, but my godmom ended up stepping in, and she took my son for me, but so that he won't have to go to foster care or whatever. But my godmom didn't pop up and take my child. My child, I didn't even want to know my child. He would probably be somewhere getting SA right now. Like we don't know what they was trying to do to my child. They was trying to ruin me. They was trying to destroy me. And there's people like I'm not trying to put Sky Business from Black Ink out there, But Sky from Black Ink is from the same building that I'm from in Polo Grounds, bro. They took her kids, bro. They want to break people. They trying to break her. They kill her. They trying to break her. I'm not trying to talk about Sky business because Sky is a strong person. Like, I know her story. Sky is a strong person. She came very far. They took her kids in New York City, bro. That's what they did. But she from the same exact building that I'm from in Polo Grounds, a few floors up. You feel what I'm saying? So no one is exempt. You just gotta be in a place. You gotta be in a place where they feel like you bound. They tried to ruin me. They tried to ruin the essence of me. They tried to ruin my character. They tried to ruin like what it means to be fucking me. They tried to ruin everything about me. That's the fact of the matter. That is the fact of the matter. Like, bro. And now I'm in a place where like I'm in a place where I got so many choices to make. Like so many choices to make because mind you, I left New York after they said I was gonna be charged with 15 years of life because I'm like, why would I want to go to jail for this person who not even an American citizen? Like, why would I go to jail for something I know is unjust? Why would I spend a day in jail for somebody who was harassing me? Why would I spend a day in jail for a hate crime when I'm not even the fuck hateful? I'm not a hateful person. I've never been hateful. I show love to this person who put their arms around my neck in front of my son. So why would I show hate? You understand? To somebody like that. I prayed for my neighbor. That's what I did. I prayed for him, even though I was told like if I killed him, I wouldn't be going to jail. And I'm not about like I'm not a punk, and I know that I could have, and I could have got away with it. And everything would have been okay. But at the end of the day, that would have broke out a whole different war. That would have been a whole different battle for. That would have been something else because I'm trying to explain to y'all in my videos. I'm trying to explain to y'all in my videos, exactly what's happening in New York City. So Scarlett saying get the fuck out of New York. You don't need to be in New York no way, because you can't oppress people like that and think that God is pleased. You can't. You understand? Like I just had to get this off my chest because I'm very powerful. I got a lot of power. Like the shit is magical. Like I have a lot of power. I control what the fuck. I don't know how. Like I never asked for this. I control the motherfucking sky. Seriously, it's not crazy. They try to put me in a mental asylum, and then I ended up checking the doctor, and he let me the fuck go. He tried to keep me there for 6 months, telling me, "Oh, I gotta eat food. I can't fast. You can't tell me that I can't fast. This is my religious belief." Trying to tell me is doing me a mental injustice if I fast. What do you mean is doing me a mental injustice if I fast? Like, bro, I don't. That's my business. Oh my god, bro. It's just a lot. It's a lot. So I push past. I push past that every day. And like I called my apartment building today. Now I don't even want to go back tonight. It's not even that I want to go back, but it's just like I've been out here for a year, and it's not that I don't even like. It's not that I can't find my own place. I can. It's like y'all trying to put me on papers to where as though I can't even leave America if I wanted to. And everybody, so although I was a proud American before all of this stuff broke out, and I was, being who I am still today, it didn't change anything. It's like even if I wanted to leave America and still be American, but just not on American soil. I couldn't because they try to make it impossible for me to leave America. So it's not that I was been supposed to like. It's to the point like even these apps like this app, they it's like a war against me. But I understood. I came to understand it. It's not a war against me because I'm not. It can't be the war against me. It's a war against people who look like me. It's a war against people who look like me. It is not a joke. And people laugh and play and talk around it and speak around it on a day to day basis. But you got to understand that the person that we have elected for our presidential candidate at the moment is the same person who declared a war on us in the past. And mind you, I didn't get locked up and charged with a hate crime while Donald Trump was president. I was actually flourishing and prospering when Donald Trump was president. I got locked up and charged with a hate crime when this person was president. You understand? Oh my God, y'all. I feel like 10 million times better because, oh my goodness, I was struggling with that. And I'm even struggling with that right now. You feel what I'm saying? Struggling with that right now. I don't even know if YouTube gonna trust me going live no more. Why you making up? Why you got people making up songs with everything they got in them? Every else the bus they got in them talking about get the fuck out, New York. But like every piece of Instagram, if I do anything, if I use all my energy to say a single word, motherfucker, I don't do it. I even took listening. I went and I got listening to know myself. To stop making shit happen. And I use every ounce of fucking energy in my body to start saying shit that, oh God, oh shit, the Arisa, the shit is coming, do you know what the fuck will happen? And so, because somebody told me mercy, I'm merciful to people. I'm merciful to humanity. But you know what the fuck will happen if I use that to bless my body? And at this point, it's not like I'm afraid to be no longer with them. So I will understand, I couldn't understand that I will be stronger in the spirit, in the fact that this body is compounded. And I don't use all my humanity right now. I don't have to have no rules to what the fuck I do. I'm not what y'all can do as y'all made with my body, but my spirit is fighting from please. Like I see a lot of stuff that the average eye don't see. So that's why I'm not afraid. I see dragons in heaven. I see dragons in the sky. When the time is, I don't, and they want to call me crazy. There is creatures in the sky. You understand? That's how all of this stuff stay in place. It's principalities holding it in place. It's things holding it in place. They It's not up there. The sky is held up by creatures The wind is held back by creatures. I'm not crazy. It's just that that's what I can see. Just because you can't see it don't mean it's not there. You understand? And so I see all of these things and I understand all of these things. Like it's a morning dragon and it's a night dragon. And if y'all want to think I'm crazy, just think I'm crazy then. But it is. And this all this understanding I didn't have until I was under the spirit of oppression. And I had to free my mind because they was trying to like keep me confounded and keep me in a place of disbelief within myself and disbelief in others and disbelief in what I know exists inside this earth and disbelief in the kings and the gods of this earth. They didn't want me to believe in anything. They wanted to kill me. And there's so much other stuff that I'm just gonna write a book about at this point. So I can't really say it. But I just want to say those 215 bodies that they found in the back of that prison is not the only bodies that's buried. They did people wrong because they did people wrong because they thought they didn't have family or anybody to care about them because they was black. They thought that they was like it was a certain time throughout the pandemic before God used my voice to speak to y'all might not y'all never see things, y'all never heard. That's why y'all probably like, why would Scarlett make this song? Because y'all wasn't there for it. It was not publicized. They was playing the role of God. They was judging black people for their sins because they thought that God, I don't know, well, they read the Bible wrong. And so they played God and they killed people and buried their bodies. Like I haven't talked to my sisters in years, and you can't tell me that it's because they just don't want to talk to my sisters. My sisters would have been reached out to me by now. It's not them. My sisters are dead. But yeah, woo! I don't know. I might try to come see. So it's like I go between feeling like this, which is the right way to feel, is like, damn, bro, I gotta bring the sun down for these people, bro. Like, I gotta do something for these people because justice won't be served if we leave it to humanity. And we leave it to the old powers that be because we under new order, but the old powers don't understand it. They understand we under new order, but they don't want it to be new order. And they was trying to make it seem like I was some type of sacrifice, but I'm not a sacrifice. Bro, things would they I don't maybe they wanted to get heated, but they trying to threaten my life and intimidate my life and like keep me in bondage. And one of the reasons why I didn't blow up like I should have during the time that I should have is because I was facing court. So they held me down, and during that time, that's when the fuckery arose. I'm not gonna name no names of who the fuckery is, but that's when the fuckery arose. Proclaiming to be Christian and proclaiming to be a child of God. You understand what I'm saying? They weaponize music. They weaponize hip hop, which is a spirit. They weaponized hip hop against me. Made songs, and it's not songs. It was that one song, "Get the Fuck Out of New York," that really don't bother or vex my spirit. Cause please, that really don't bother or vex my spirit. It's just the fact of the matter is that for one, Snoop Dogg, like I listened to Snoop Dogg since I was a little girl. Like my first performance in performance arts kit. He wrong, bro. My first performance in performance arts camp was the Snoop Dogg song Snoop. My first name brand pair of sneakers was G Units, bro. So like, people need to pick their enemies wiser. because I know what I stand for, and money can't buy me. Because the devil already came to me and offered me money for my dreams. He said that he could, before he went to Scarlet, he came to me, and that's how Scarlet ended up getting the deal because I would not accept it. Because I explained to him that I'm not doing it for money. And he said I was stupid because other people would accept the same thing and not even care about me. So why do I care so much about people? But it's not me. It's because I'm a creature from God. Man didn't make me. Science didn't create me. I'm a creature from God. And that's why Satan is a creature from God too. And that's why no matter what Satan do, and no matter what I do, there's always somebody that we both have to answer to, and it's the same God that created us. And I didn't come to that understanding until I was in bondage, until I was under the spirit of oppression. Until the only choice I had was to call out to God for help. And the only thing I could do was abide by order. And that's the order that's here now, the one that is being refused. Because if the new order is accepted, and I know it was announced by y'all president, but it wasn't accepted by y'all president because had it been accepted, he wouldn't be the president. He can't. He's not the person to instill order because he lacks order. And I'm not trying to talk about whatever his name is. I don't know him. I just know that I wouldn't want somebody to be my president who thinks that I am like me personally. He would look at me and think that because I look this way, I'm less educated. That because I look this way, I don't have any common sense. But honestly, I was educated privately. I was not around public. Like I wasn't in. I juggled from public school to private school, but I wasn't in a public setting growing up. I was very much protected, and so he would still look at somebody like me and think that because my skin is a certain color, or because my skin isn't a certain color, that I'm an enemy, and that's not somebody who ever like. If you ever thought like that in your life about any race of people, if you think that somebody isn't good because they're Asian, if you think that somebody isn't worthy because they're white, if you think that somebody isn't worthy because they're green, because they're blue, if you think somebody isn't worthy because they're gray, and they don't look like a human being, just because they're a different species, you're not a good person. Because people are people. And beings are beings, and we all matter, and that's why the aliens are here. And they are here. But when I was saying this before it became something on the news where everybody knew about it, I had to go to the hospital because they were saying that I was crazy, but they aliens was coming to my window. They was coming when I went to North Carolina. They helped me. I went to North Carolina. I went to Prophet Car Church. They told me they know the scriptures. They know all of this stuff. They told me the stuff to say to him, and they was telling me about like stuff that I couldn't believe was true. They told me, who Prophet Carr really was, and they told me that it's already devils and demons sitting inside his church waiting for the command of the Lord. So it's nothing that I should worry about. I was sent only to say what they told me to say. Well, what God told me to say, but they told me because I was like, I didn't want to say like, although God told me to say the prophet card, I didn't want to say what God said to say the prophet card because I'm like, bro, they might kill me because I'm in North Carolina by myself with my son. I'm on their territory, so if I talk this hot shit to them, they gonna come and they gonna kill me. But then one of the aliens came like to me. We was chilling inside our room, and they don't look like aliens, but they do. If you look, like they can appear. I see them in all forms. They do appear green. Some of them are gray, or however your eye could observe the color, because they are extraterrestrial beings. So they do appear in their raw form, but out of respect and like they can appear in a human form, but it don't really look human because some of the stuff is off. Like it's extra ribs. It's not extra fingers, but it's extra limbs. And they all can sing. I'm not saying they all, but they all have a musical ability. Like they have an ability. Like they're very gracious to people, but they aren't gracious because they do harm people. But it's just like they started like from what they told me. And I don't care if somebody think I'm crazy or people think I'm crazy. This is what I had to live through. Like it's not that they dislike humanity. It's that they made all of this stuff down here. Like they created this. Like they not created it like how God created it, but houses and stuff and like cars and like air conditioners, grocery stores, schools, malls, like basketball games, football games. They told me that they created that stuff to create civilization, is what they said. To create something better and to prevent war, is to prevent like to prevent chaos and sorrow and sadness because that was what was happening in the beginning. It wasn't industrialized as it was now, and so they found a way. And then they was talking about like inequality. Like it got to the point now where I run into an alien or whatever the case may be. I just know because I can talk to them without using my mouth, and they can talk to me without using their mouth. So I just know now because like a frequency come over me, like it's like a really high frequency, and it's something that I can't explain. But I always just ask them, "Is they from Earth?" And they always say no. And I ask them, "Is Earth ghetto?" And they always say yes. And a lot like while being homeless, I met a lot of aliens, not undocumented citizens, like a lot of people from space. And in certain areas, like in a place that I am, I'm not gonna say too much because I really like appreciate the state because they're good to their people. Like they're not like New York City. This state, like they, if you want to fight for a chance, they will let you fight for an opportunity. And then not only will they let you fight for an opportunity, they will give you the opportunity because they see how hard you fought for it. But in New York City, you can fight, and you can fight until you blue in the face, and you can fight, and they still will oppress you. They still will take away. They still don't care about God, y'all. Uh, but being as I don't have family, like the aliens, the only ones that really been looking out for me. They're the only ones who really been looking out for me. Like they the ones who met me. Like when I first got here, when I first got here, the aliens met me at the Greyhound, and they already knew that I was coming. and they just made they found a place, like they made a way for me. Cause people was trying to wonder, like, damn, how you leave this place and then the next day you already somewhere you don't got no money. I only had $12. You ain't got no money. You ain't got nothing. So how you end up in a house? How you end up like if you homeless, come you to outside? I just thank God. Like I just want to say that I thank God that everybody not human, bro. I thank God that everybody is not human. That's all I can say. It is like I feel like in some aspect I feel like the American government want me to bring the sun down. Because not the American government. I'm not against the American government because the American government within itself is not was bad. It's just that you gotta understand that Jesus died for the government that we had before 2020. When 2020 came and Donald Trump got out of office, the government that Jesus died for is no longer. So it's like every man for themselves. So I'm not speaking against the American government because I'm a proud American citizen, and I will do like if somebody don't want to be a proud American citizen, if they want to go against the grain, if they don't like America, they can be no longer with us. I don't give a like seriously. You're not gonna sit up here and try to dismantle this country from the inside. You're not gonna do that. We already got enough problems. America isn't a bad place. America isn't a place of oppression. America isn't what people try to make it to be. They do that stuff for money. And that's why the aliens are here. If for some reason people like for some reason people think that they got control over the aliens or they think that like they can put out creatures that didn't come from God and say that they are aliens, but there are aliens here from God. Outside is homeless people. They don't have IDs. They don't have. I met them. I know them. They don't have IDs. They don't have birth certificates. They don't have anything. And I know that people have knowledge of who they are, and I know who it is that have knowledge of who they are. But I am in allegiance with those people, so I don't want to sit up here and say who is distributing them from and from where. But they are not. They are. I'm not gonna call them snakes because they are not snakes. They are not loyal to anybody. They are loyal to their own order and their own plan. So don't ever believe an alien unless they are coming to you personally, how they came to me, and don't ever believe them in a deal or anything because at the end of the day, they really supernaturally run this whole earth like they make things go around. I'm not saying that they do it all by themselves because there's order and principalities and beings that sit higher than the aliens that fell from space. They came from stars. They came from a different stars. They come from different stars to the earth, and y'all can call them demons or whatever the case may be, but they're not demons. You just don't understand. And even if something is a demon, you gotta understand that it was demons who built King Solomon's temple. So you gotta understand that it is people who lack knowledge and people who are of this skin color. Because I'm not even black. If y'all look at me for real, if people are of not this skin color who think that they gonna control what it is that the aliens do when they get here, and you can't. And even if the aliens here forever, and they're hiding away in places that we don't know about, but these aliens came from the second heaven. That's where they came from, and they came from stars. Is what they told me. All of them come from different stars. It's called Planet X, but it's not a planet; it's a system. And even if y'all didn't believe what I was saying, or y'all thought I was just crazy, whatever the case may be, They here because you don't know who your enemies are. Because your enemies came from. I don't know what they wanted to do to people, to be honest. And that's why I'm like, me expressing this right now is helping me to realize that I went through all of this stuff for a reason. Because if I never went through this, I would never even knew any of this. Or I had the courage to understand any of this. Oh God, help me. But I know that I'm gonna be okay. I know that I'm gonna receive justice. Either way it go. I know that I can push past this. I know that I'm a good person. I know that I care about other people so much. But I don't have to. I don't have to explain this. I don't have to explain this. I don't have to explain who it is that I am. I don't have to explain the powers that I have. I don't have to explain any of this. I can just literally go outside and just let it, like, when I start doing stuff, like, as soon as I start to raise my head towards the sky, or they see that I'm getting serious, and they see that I'm, going with the principalities, and I'm doing what the principalities tell me to do. I'm listening to the voice of God. I'm doing what God's me to do. Then they want to put black helicopters on top of me and threaten me. And one time, one flew over top of my head so close, I thought he was about to shoot me. But I'm not afraid to die anymore. I'm not suicidal though. I want to live. Oh God, I want to live. The will that I have to live, bro. I want to live. I want to do stuff. I love going shopping. I love eating. I love talking on the phone to my son. Um, I love nice things. I love, 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 but I love to cook. There's a lot of stuff that I love about life that I ain't ready to give up. Cause if I didn't give up when I died in New York City, I don't want to give up after this. So if I wanted to give up, I would have just went with the Lord. But I didn't. I got a second chance. And then after that, I got a third chance. Like, you can't put a hold on progression when it comes from the earth, because the earth was meant to progress. That's where we get aging from. That's science. The science of aging. The earth was meant to go forward in time and go forward in age. So you can't fight against natural order. And that was what I was trying to explain with what they were doing. Like, so when I denied the deal, of course the devil knew, okay, Ari's not going to take a deal. I already told him that before he offered me the deal. I'm not going to take it. So of course the devil knew that I'm not going to take a deal. However, the devil knew that I'm also in high ranking spiritually. He also know I'm royalty spiritually. He royalty. He also know I'm royalty. So he had no choice but to go get someone less than me to speak to me, because it was only the only option was lesser. It wasn't greater. I'm not saying that there's younger people out there that don't know who they are, but we haven't gotten to that part in our progression. So I'm not going to speak on that. That's something, a lesson they'll have to learn when the time comes forward. They'll tell their children, children. That's not, we in it. We in the mix right now. So the problem that, like, is going to happen is, like, you got peasantry in the places of kings and queens. Now this is how y'all, the children of God, gonna get set high amongst the earth, because they gonna realize that nature gonna go against it. You letting pests speak and demonic entities speak, when each demonic entity who speak is subject to the spirit of the Lord. That's how. The demons that killed the demons that built King Solomon's temple ended up building his temple anyway because they were subjected to King Solomon, who was subjected to the voice of the Lord, who was subjected to the Most High God because it's God's voice. Luxury isn't fit for a fool. You understand what I'm saying? So what's going to end up happening is that the earth gonna go against what it is that they're trying to do. Scarlett should not even be in conversation with me, let alone making a song about me. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm about to keep saying Scarlett, Scarlett, because fuck Scarlett. You understand what I'm saying? She's not to have a conversation with me, be in the same room with me. You understand what I'm saying? I don't condone that victimization. You know, you go through stuff in life, you go through it. You know, I've been through stuff and honestly, at this point, I don't even want to tell anybody what I've been through because I don't want to be victimized. I don't want y'all to victimize. I don't want to be seen as the victims. If you've been raped, I suggest you tell it to the detectives, kill the nigga who raped you, or whatever the case may be. But don't come online telling people because that is going to make you a victim. You don't tell people stuff like that. And I've been through some stuff in my life. And I forgave people. I refuse to come online telling y'all my business. I tried to do, like, in my younger days when I was 21, I tried to tell somebody, like, stuff that happened to me before online, but it didn't end well. And that's when I knew, like, I shouldn't be telling nobody stuff like this. This is not something I should probably tell anybody. I need to take this to my grave, and I don't. And I forgave the person, and I move forward. That's not my, like whatever. But that's besides the point. That girl shouldn't be making no songs about me, and I'm not gonna keep talking about it. But there's no way, like, you can't think that God is okay with that. Fuck me being okay with it, cause I ain't know. I'm lock us in a room together. You talk all this stuff. I will, girl. Like, I'm not a force for you to be reckoned with spiritually, and I'm definitely not a force to be reckoned with physically, especially by no female. I'm gonna do a female dirty. Period. Point blank. And that's how I ended up getting punched by a face. It's not an equal fight, cause I'm gonna get you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a soldier. Like, I can move around. I'm not stiff. I can do backflips. I can move around. I'm active. And that's why they made inhumane things to go against people like me because they feel like, oh, I'm so strong, although I'm not. But God not really gonna go for all that. Like, if you choose the world, then that's what you choose to do. But God not really gonna go for all that. What they really trying to do to people out here. You understand? Y'all sending people home every day. You don't think those spirits talking? You don't think that God allows people to see them in a set like y'all? I don't know what people see, but they in a second heaven. That's why sometimes you might wonder why they putting clouds in the sky. Like, why all of a sudden it was a clear day, why all of a sudden these clouds in the sky? Because there's people who can see into the second heaven. And if y'all could actually see what was happening right before your eyes, y'all would know that y'all need to be on your knees right now. But I'm not here for that. I'm not here to really, like, I'm good because I'm good. I was born into sin. I'm good because God saved me and made me good. You understand what I'm saying? I'm grateful for the blood of Jesus Christ. But it's those demons that y'all calling them aliens that y'all calling demons. It's those demons that the preachers of, people who believe in Zionism and not Christianity, they try to demonize that because they know the power in it. So you're not gonna tell me that this demon who God subjected to me is not my friend. It's not gonna work for me and not gonna do what I ask it to do because at the end of the day, it is subjected to me. People do what the demons tell them to do. People let demons, and there's been times where I have been possessed. You understand what I'm saying? But people do what the demons tell them to do, not understanding that demons really supposed to do what you tell them to do. You just have to say what you say with authority. Not everything. Different demons speak in different tongues. God is speaking a tongue, but different demons speak in different tongues. Different angels speak in different tongues. God speak in different tongues. That's where tongues come from. So you might not understand the origin of it, what's going on in your church or whatever, but that can also be what people consider, Baptist Christianity can also be considered voodoo. And I know, like, I'm so in tune with my being that sometimes this body is literally just a body. I'm so in tune with who I am that I know that if they want to take me out of here, I know that my spirit will fight harder than anything inside this earth because I know who my father is in heaven and I know who my father is inside this earth. It's just like I just know a lot more than the average person, and maybe more people know this because I know I'm not the only person that the aliens are cool with. I know I'm not the only person that aliens contact. I know I'm not the only person who saw UFOs or see UFO. I'm not the only person that UFO landed, to check. Like, I'm not the only person. So I know there's more people than me. It's just that I don't understand why they want to leave people not in the know. Like, they want to leave people, like, without this knowledge or whatever. Because it'd be like, why would they lie and say that there wasn't an alien at Miami Mall if there is aliens in New York City? If there's aliens right where I'm at right now, and then God help my brain. There's a lot of people in high places being manipulated and lied to, and because they have power and money, they can't even understand that they be manipulated and lied to, and they don't understand the nations that they put in that fault and that risk because um y'all can say what y'all want and do what y'all want, but a lot of stuff ain't gonna happen in America, and that's period point blank. Because regardless of where y'all think this nation came from or who it belonged to, we was told that the Indians were here before anybody even came here. They got killed. They got killed off this land. This land was conquered. So I don't know why would y'all think like I can't see nobody coming to America, and if that's any thought that anybody hated that did that thought because it's not going to happen. Period. Point blank. You're not going to get one up on us. You just not, and I stand firmly on that. You're not spiritually. You're not physically, and that's what made me so mad about them putting somebody from Israel against me because mind you, I'm not speaking against. I don't care about no Jews like mind you, Jesus was a Jew, so I'm speaking about my God, Lord Savior. I don't care about no Jews as a race or as religion. You gotta understand the reason why like Israel was consumed with the people that it is now is because someone saw them as a problem and as a curse. And I'm not saying that they are a curse because that's not my place to sit up here and call somebody a curse or blessed. Like I said, I'm for everybody. I love people, so I don't care if you consider yourself a Jew, you consider yourself Israeli, if you consider yourself Palestinian, if you consider yourself African, if you consider yourself, because I consider you a person. So I don't give a fuck about none of them denominations, none of them things y'all want to break yourself up into. That stuff means absolutely, positively nothing in the long run. It means absolutely, positively nothing in the long run. Oh God, there's a lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff happening. And like I said, America needs to banish a lot of these side tracks and side notes that's going on. I don't know who allowing these people. Like, 'cause I've met so many people. Like, I wish America didn't see me as a weapon, didn't see me as a threat, didn't see me because I could bring them the problems. I will sort out the problem. There's people in America right now that's still stuck on these conspiracy theories. There's people online right now with hundreds of thousands of subscribers that's literally speaking against America. There's people online that it's people in America right now searching up information that goes against the grain of America. And honestly, if they were truly American and of American blood, and if they were truly of this lineage, and if they were truly, sons and daughters of kings of the earth, whoever the case may be, they would not have to Google anything because this knowledge comes to you naturally. So that's how I know that it's a war. And I know that they're not from America. I know that it's something going on behind the scenes because honestly, we don't have to Google. If you're American, you don't gotta Google shit. You don't gotta Google nothing. You don't gotta watch that shit online, which makes me think that is other stuff going on. Because I'm not even a part of no cult, nothing. I didn't take no pledge or no allegiance with anything besides the United States of America. And I don't gotta Google anything. All I gotta do is X the ear before the end of the day. My father in heaven are going to let me know what the fuck it is that I needed to be answered. That's how sweet it is. So if you in America Googling stuff that you have to X, that you can't understand from basic context clues and what's going on in the world around you, you're a weapon. You sit in America as a threat. And you know who wouldn't allow that to happen? Donald J. Motherfucking Trump. Those would have been people who've been locked up right now. That's a threat. They wouldn't. Donald J. Trump would have not ever seen me as no damn threat. He don't see me as a threat now. He and at one point, Donald Trump had it so that whereas though certain people can't comment on side his photos, and then I asked him to take it off in the video, and then he took it off. Now I'm allowed to comment on his photos. So Donald Trump know me. He knows who I am. Y'all might not believe it today, but when y'all see us together, you're gonna be like, oh damn, I should have listened to that girl. Donald Trump will not be having that in his country right now. He will not be having no terrorists, no tyrants, people up here talking all that dumb hot shit about him. That makes me wonder, like, who are these people? Who are these people who's speaking against him? Who are these people who's making all these YouTube channels talking about him? Who are these? Who are y'all? Why y'all trying to go against the grain? That means that y'all plotting against regular civilians. That means y'all plotting against regular. If y'all think that if you against so much against Donald Trump and what it is that he stand for and stood for, which was your protection and your rights and your everything that was good and beneficial to you, and you against that, whatever the case may be, and you still against it right now, 2024, it's because you something else, and it ain't a demon, honey. It ain't the demon from which it ain't from which God came. Because even the demons who blaspheme and don't even believe in God and go through so much and put people through so much hell and turmoil, I see them call out to God. I see them. I know that they desire to be with the Lord. Like, so if they can do it, what makes you think? Like, I just think that is something off, something just not making sense or adding up. Because for me personally, I'm willing to go to war about America, like in the streets, for real, for real. We could take it to the streets, and I'm willing to. And I know I'm stronger than any bitch who want to go against America. Anybody who want to go against them, I know for a fact I will knock their head off their fucking shoulders. If you think you want to smoke with America, you think that you gonna sit inside of America and be a tyrant to America and get away with that shit. I will knock your head off your motherfucking shoulders, bro. You think you're gonna go against leadership? You think you're gonna go against authority in America? You think you're gonna go against the police in America? You think that you're gonna go against anything? I will knock your head off your. I will push this. Your mother will miss you, bitch. I swear to God. People who want to go against America, people who sit up here and spread conspiracy theories, people who sit up here and go against the grain and go against what it means to be an American citizen, a real life American citizen, I will blow your fucking head off your shoulders. And I don't care if you an old man, if you a young man, it don't matter. If you want to go against the grain here in America, go against American civilians who were born here. If you want to go against, mayors and leaders and all that stuff is going to cease. You know what I'm saying? But it is order that God desires. It's order that I desire. It's order that kings desire. It's orders that in fulfillment that need to be met. So people like my ex, and the crazy part is his name is Israel Fleming. Like Israel Israel, and his last name is Fleming, Fleming. If that nigga come out in these streets when war break out and think that he gonna fight against America, I know some demons and some goons that's gonna kill that nigga. Not cause I mean they from heaven, they might have fell from heaven, but I know some demons that's gonna get you, bro. You cannot beat them. So I don't know why you sitting up here on American soil, you acting like you tough, cause you're not. You cannot sit up here and go against the grain. You just not gonna win. You just not gonna win. You're not gonna go against what people my ancestors died for. Mexicans come over here, and some of them come. I'm talking about the legal ones. People come over here for this and fight for this. People made this. People dreams. People have believed so hard, in themselves and believe so hard in this nation and believe so hard of what America is to make America stand as powerful as it do today. You think that y'all bitch asses is going to stop a show in this motherfucker? You think shit gonna be? I don't give a fuck if you vaccinated or not. You think that shit is sweet? Fuck no. Ain't shit sweet. And I put that on my mother. Ain't shit sweet. You not coming over here doing nothing. Not even coming over here because they already here. They already live here. I don't know where they popped up from. I don't know if it's demons that was just trying to test me. I don't know what it was. But let me tell you, I ran into so many people, so many tyrants, so many people. Like, why are you Googling anything? You don't gotta Google anything. Anything you need to know, you can like Google the word of God, fine. Google stuff like that. But if it's stuff of this world, stuff of this nation, you don't have to. If you really from America, and you really like America has revealed itself to you of what it really is, or whatever. Because you ain't gotta go on the internet for anything. Because you would know from which the internet got its source. You understand? This is knowledge that came to us. We ain't asked none of this knowledge. I'm just so sick of it though. I'm sick of it. I'm sick. Like, worry about the. They try to label me an enemy. How is it a war on me when it's people in here? There's people in here like literally running whole organizations and YouTube channels and all this crazy stuff, trying to go against America as if they gonna win. You not gonna win. That's one battle that you not gonna win. You just not. Say what you gotta say, and I'm not being smart, but do what you gotta do. You just not gonna win against no American-born person. You just not, baby. You just not. You better go back to where they got morals and respect. You better go back to. You better praise God. You better praise the Lord God in heaven and repent or doing some shit. I don't know what it is they gotta do, but you better do. You better praise God, repent. You feel what I'm saying? Cry out to the Lord of the heavens. That's the only person that can save you. Cause honey, baby, you're not gonna go against the grain of America in America, bro. Fine, say that the government failed us. Fine, that's fine. Do say little stuff here and there. And if I can go through what I've been through, you understand, with the oppression and stuff in New York, and with the cameras and stuff being in my bathroom at night, and if I could still stand firm on being the American citizen that I am and standing up for America like I do, because come on now, I'm American. Too many people worked hard and died for this. You understand? People already went hard and went in for this. If I can do that, bro, if I gotta pee. If I can really do that, how I do it, what makes you think that you gonna go against the grain? I just wanna know. Why do you think that? You think you could beat us? Is that what it is? You think you can beat you? They must think they can beat us. You cannot. You really cannot. Too many weapons here already. Besides you, bred for this. That was bred for this. Like literally bred for this opportunity. Y'all not gonna ruin America. If y'all don't want to be here, I suggest y'all go ahead and leave. I suggest y'all get out. And when I say go against America, I don't mean standing up. People who stand up for their rights. Yeah, stand up for your rights. Stand up. We have the right to protest. I don't go outside and protest. I don't do that stuff because it says in my religion that I shouldn't be doing that in both the Quran and the Bible. I don't go outside and protest and stuff. But I'm not talking about people who stand up for their rights and stand up for the rights of others. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about people who see unjust things and they stand up for justice. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people out here really digging deep into political issues, digging deep instead of reading their Bible and reading the Quran. Because Trump said read the Bible. Because he didn't want you googling stuff. Okay, he didn't need you googling that. He said read the Bible. He knew that you would be helped. You knew that you would be saved. You just opened up your Bible when he said opened it. But during that time, y'all was doing what y'all wanted to do. I'm not talking about people in the cinema. I'm talking about people in general. I'm gonna brush my teeth again. Was doing what they wanted to do, and so that's how they ended up being caught up. And they don't know what the fuck is going on. That's why you up here googling stuff. You ain't gotta Google nothing. And I have knowledge. Like I be getting upset sometimes because I be like, damn. I have knowledge that people, you understand, was deceased throughout the pandemic, and they didn't get back alive. Demons consumed their body, and that's what it is. You call a narcissist. I understand that, but those narcissists cannot be a part of American civilization, causing dissonance because y'all gotta understand the power of belief. And how sensitive. I already brushed my teeth today. I'm just brushing it just because. And how sensitive. I don't want to know. The power of belief and how sensitive a lot of stuff is spiritually. But I'm gonna let y'all go. I had to get that off my chest. I really love y'all. Mwah.